Yeah. Woo! Goddamn. It's a new beautiful day. I'm sure we have so many important things to do. Oh, wow. What's up, dudes? Shang, thank you for the 43 months. I appreciate you. Also, Dinah with the 4 months. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Oh, God. What's up, dudes? We made it. 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 Oh, flop. Oh, flop. They call me the Wanderer. Yeah, the Wanderer. Thank you, Shang, for the 43 months. I do appreciate it. How's everybody doing today? I hope we're doing well. I hope we're doing great today. Oh, maybe we should duty on. I didn't want to, I didn't want to, There we go. Nice. All right, great. What do I have to grab? I gotta grab nothing, actually. I think we're good. I think we actually have everything we need. We got repair kits. We got that. We got some chips. Do we have drink? We do have drink. Nice. Look at Flop go. Prepared to work as always. How's everybody doing today? I hope we're doing well. Nice. Nice. I don't even know what we left off with. I know my SSD shit the bed when Duncan came to a pro. I don't know what it is. I had to DM Nesk and let him know, like, hey, I swear to God, this is not like a joke. You are somehow tied to my SSD failing, and I don't know why. But there are no black bars. You just delayed, dog. All right, cool. Let's run it. Let's grab a car. Let's go on duty. Don't you know? Don't you know? Let's see what we got. You have... No. This one was actually refueled.
Hey, leave my buttons alone. Your hands on behind your back, motherfucker.
Hey guys, it's Selena Frost here. I just want to say fuck Flop, and I'm tired of being targeted commercial vehicles.
Who you got in custody? Who'd that be?
I don't have. It's Trey Smoke.
Trey.
You know what he did?
Didn't do it.
He drove one. Like we were under La Puerta, right? On Innocence, and he started to flee. He took a left on Alta, crashed into a pole and injected.
At 25 miles per hour, man.
Literally a 5-second chase.
The car just decided to give up on me.
Trey, man.
No, Flop. Yeah, Flop. I'm tired of you targeting.
I'm not even on duty yet. What do you mean?
You're gonna go out there. You're gonna run your little speed trap. You're gonna start targeting commercial vehicles. I know you, Flop.
I don't know about. Oh my God, this thing is fucked. Listen, I don't target commercial vehicles. I just target people who don't know how to drive. That's all.
Yeah, you know what's funny? If you did that, you'd hop in a fast car and go pull over the dudes running 200 on the highway. They're 200 on local roads even. They're the dangerous ones.
Right.
I'm about to give you reckless evading.
Huh? Excuse me?
I'm joking.
I'll sue you for malicious prosecution.
Malicious prosecution.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh,
Your charges
boy.
are joyriding and evading. What do you plead?
All right. Good luck, Trey.
Good.
This thing has no gas in it. I'm gonna fucking scream. Is there anything good in this goddamn garage?
And you deserved it. Go get a bicycle.
You should check the unit who parked it last for the longest and fucking dap him, honest.
Go get a bicycle out, floppy disk.
All right, so
I might. I don't know.
Minutes, so you're gonna be 10 minutes right here,
Oh my-
right where you are, not moving while I write my.
My only request. I don't even request the lawyer. I just request Flop stands here and takes my abuse. You fucking bald.
See, I would, but I got
need lotion on your fucking forehead. Fucking
You know,
wrinkly
Trey,
ass,
I
fucking
would-
old motherfucker.
I would love
fucking
to- I would-
CBPI can't drive for shit. Chase grind vans ass motherfucker.
Hey, Trey.
Fucking,
You know what the difference is between you and I?
you're bald. I'm not.
I got priorities to take care of that
Oh, I
don't
got
involve you.
priorities
You know
too,
what I'm
Flop.
saying?
got
I
priorities.
don't
Oh,
know.
This hand is actually a handcuff. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I got priorities too, Flop. It's called the slap Flop's bald head movement. All right, we're gonna slap your head. We're gonna try to make the loudest sound ever. I'm gonna break the sound barrier. I'm gonna be honest.
Hey,
That
Trey,
thing
why
looks
don't
like
you
it's
pull
got a lot
up?
of reverb.
Why don't you pull up?
Oh, I got a song actually.
Do you?
Yellow Bear, yeah, pull up on it. Yellow Bear featuring Trey Smoke. Go give it a listen. Great song.
I will. While you pull up, I'ma pull out. All right, cool. Fucking Trey, dude. What's up, Arcade? How you doing?
Channel 3 for the pursuit, channel 3.
Oh, kind of 3 pursuit. All right. Dispatch 125, 1041. Good morning.
Dispatch copy, Swangy 41 at 1521.
Dispatch 125, show me running a speed trap, Strawberry Avenue.
Dispatch copy.
Good morning, Rob.
Good morning. All right. Well, we made it. What's up, everybody? How we doing today? Hope we're doing well. Ugh. You guys want to be proud of me? No one's going to give a shit, and that's okay. It's fine. I'm just going to talk about it because I have nothing else to really bring up right now. I went to the gym this morning. I finally am no longer going to be a sissy bitch, and I'm going to the gym. I will not lie, though. My foot is fucking killing me, and I didn't even do workouts that involve my foot. But my foot really hurts today, so we'll see. We'll see how the day goes. I'm kind of struggling a little bit right now because I also got to go shopping and do a bunch of stuff, but it be suffering, dude. I did upper body, I did back and shoulders, a little bit of bicep, but nothing super crazy. I mainly wanted to. I mainly try to I tried to avoid my legs. I did a little bit of warm up on my legs, but nothing that actually involved my foot, which is good. I used an elliptical because I thought maybe the elliptical would be the best. How did I know when I saw Duncan on duty? Hello, Duncan.
Hello. Do you have a moment?
I do. I'm about to pull over a tow truck. You want to hop in my
Okay.
car and help me pull people over?
I don't want to get back on duty as I will then not go off duty and end up staying up really late.
Okay.
I just wanted to finish our talk from yesterday when you had
I feel bad because
when you died.
Yeah, our talk didn't even start. Would you want to talk on the phone? Is that okay, or would you rather talk in person?
Phone is fine. There's a few things I want to say. One, I know that me saying this will have no impact at all, and even if you do something about it, I think it will stop at whatever level you go to next.
Uh-huh.
But Declan should not be telling people on Twitter to thank you for snitching.
Yeah, I want to bring up with one of the shift 2 seniors to deal with it, because to be honest with you, two things. One, I thought about this morning because he's doing a lot of shit talking on Twitter, and I don't think that it is, one, professional, and two, I don't think that it actually proceeds with anything. Yeah, we all agree the BBMC is a shit show, but I'm also of the same mindset.
Thank you for your service, Captain.
Yeah, one thing that I want to do is
Oh, this group 6 truck bat, I fucking get it. Oof.
One
Ooh.
thing that I want to do going forward is I want to take action and not sit on things or let things sit and go, yeah, someone should do something about this.
No, that's fine. I'll bring it up to a senior in shift 2 and see if they want to deal with it. I don't want to, because if I do it, it might be looked at as a bias, considering I'm currently under wraps for getting in shitloads of trouble with Declan.
I mean, someone's gonna do it. If no one's gonna do it, I'm just gonna keep, bringing it up until someone does something. For example, I got 2 cadets moved to PPO that needed to be moved to PPO like last week, but just nothing was being done. So I was like, all right, I'm going to be annoying about it.
Hmm.
Cause I'm done with inaction. I'm done with words. I want things to move forward.
Me too. I will bring it with someone from shift 2 that, hey, I personally do not recommend. I don't like the fact that I think I need to go above a fucking sergeant for this, because Bones is riding with Declan, so he's well aware of him doing this. I might talk to Ruby about it and say, listen, I don't feel comfortable, saying anything to Declan, as one, I'm currently under wraps with him, and 2, Bones is riding with him, leading me to believe that he is not stopping it himself.
I want you to bring this up as well, because this happened yesterday.
Yeah, what's up?
You were there, Flop. Remember when Declan decided to twat out, gee, I hope nothing happens to this surge license plate ending in this number, and then he said everyone retwat it, and everyone retwatted it?
Yeah. What about it?
That really shouldn't be happening. And Max was right when he said you could just all just go on duty like Selena is.
Yeah. No, I don't think Max is right about a lot, but he was right about that. I think
I was ready. I'm ready to start going. I'm ready to skip the meeting entirely and just go respond to them.
Yeah, I'm no longer going to show up to the meetings. I'll just start telling command that I think we need to reduce meeting times and we need to get out there. And honestly, if anything does need to be brought up with the PD, y'all already put out 37 fucking announcements a day. Might as well do 38. So, oh, nice, cool. I'm gonna be a part of Double XP today. That's good to know.
Dispatch from Mesa.
But yeah, I think I think the takeaway. I mean, Declan, or sorry, not Declan. Either Bay or somebody. Whoever. Word got out that apparently we are not allowed to have colored hair, which I agree is stupid. But I'm going to need to start telling people that we, under no circumstance, should be talking about our SOPs, because that is an SOP. We should not be, and for me, it's not the hair that's the problem. It's the principle that we have people that are even bringing up and or talking about our SOPs to other people, that Erwin Dundee has the freedom to just tweet it out like nothing fucking is going on. And my problem is not the hair, it's what if it is something that's actually important? You know what I'm saying? Oh my God, give me a second. I'm fucking tired of these stink bugs, man. I'm gonna scream.
Well, it's funny you say that. Have you seen the PD leaked water posts?
God fucking damn it, dude. I'm just gonna call the office and let them know that they need to come and spray. Sorry, go ahead.
Have you seen? Type in PD leak, all one word, no underscore, no space, into Twitter, and tell me if you've seen this yet. And go look at that. You want to talk about things that actually matter? There's one right there.
Yeah, this shouldn't be a fucking thing. And whether I hit criticism that encourages police to be aggressive and grind charges, created by Max and Simone. Okay, this. Yeah, littletugs.com/PD leak. What the fuck is this?
It is an exported document.
Oh, that's fucking bad. Okay.
77 request on channel 2.
Do you like the part where the name of the prepared by is blacked out?
Oh, I do not like that at fucking all. Wow, wow, wow.
Dispatch 197. Sorry, EMS 197.
Yeah, I don't fucking like that at all.
852 request at San Andreas and Elgin. I just got T-boned by a biker and sent him flying.
We'll get a unit to you.
I don't know who to bring that up to, but I'm going to bring it up to somebody and just tell them and say, listen, this is a fucking problem. If we're ever going to have an ability to grow as a department, if people don't want to be here, don't fucking be here, but don't go around trashing protocol to people who don't need to know it. A guy yesterday who we arrested, or 2 days ago we arrested, was laying on the ground and was screaming about, where does it say in your SOP about ramming bikes? SOP about, like, people think that they're just going to get anything out of us now. And I'm going to have to fucking remind people that we do not, under any circumstance, talk about our SOPs to any civilian. I thought that was just a golden fucking unspoken rule, and even more specifically, a spoken rule at times.
Flop, you know, cause and effect, right?
Oh, yeah.
I would go as far as saying that the cause of this effect is
The mayor?
hiring a bunch of inexperienced people and then speed running them through because we needed units on the street so badly, and then all the inexperienced people.
I don't think we speed ran. I just think we need people who understand the system.
We speed ran.
I don't think we did.
We speed ran some people.
I won't speak for shift 1 or shift 2, but for shift 3, we took our time because it's not that we took our time because we were aware of this. We took our time because we only had like 4 FTOs. So
all the shift 3 cops, for the most part, are all people who have experience. I'm talking about shift 1 and 2, more so 2. And I'm telling you they speed ran because I was part of shift 2 when I took 2 days off and someone was already a PPO before I could even ride with them.
Yep, that's a fucking problem. And unfortunately, that's the issue with Duncan. I'm getting in trouble right now for being too much of a paper pusher. And all I do is sit and do paperwork because the assumption right now is that people spend too much time in the PD. Do you know that 77, 78 request thing that we had the announcement for?
Yeah.
I would put my left testicle on it to tell you that was put out because of me.
I'm gonna take a wild guess here. I'm gonna take a really wild guess, and that is you weren't even 41 yet.
Wow. It's almost like you could wow. Yeah. I was on duty about 10 minutes.
I want to say this. Here's what happened. You were probably on the roof preparing your day, and you just clocked on after a 78 situation, and because the 78 situation ended and they looked at the blip and saw you on the roof, that there must have been you were on duty this entire time and you're useless because they don't look at dispatch to see the recent people who have clocked on. They don't look at 31 to see who's 41. They only look at the blips and go, this is fact, and I'm going to run with it.
No, actually, it goes a little bit deeper than that. There is actually more to it. I'll tell you what happened. I was on duty about 10 minutes. I start my day off slow. Usually I start off, right? I'm on the roof, start my day, get on duty, grab my gear. Pred had been asking for someone to help with FOIAs for hours. I'm going to say that again. Not an hour, hours. And everybody was ignoring him. And I said, well, I am not ready to go 41 yet. I said, but I'll help you with a couple FOIAs. It ended up being like 30. So I helped with a couple FOIAs. 78s
Right,
came
you want to
up.
know where you went wrong? You want to know where you went wrong, Flop?
Hmm.
It's because as soon as you clocked on, you didn't check every single radio to see what the active was and read everyone's mind to see what they were actively doing.
Oh, yeah. Apparently. I wasn't on radio. Whatever. But yeah, no, you're right. I'm not a fucking mind reader. And I had to look at a command member and tell them when they were questioning me about my punishment, which I haven't gotten yet. Because it doesn't even just end with that. There was something else that came up too. Actually, Duncan, where the fuck are you?
My office.
I'm gonna vent you.
Hey, you want to come to my office?
Yes.
It's actually really, you know that, all right. I'm gonna say this and it's gonna make sense to you because this is how Mackenzie described it. Wherever you guys used to run from the bus to MRPD.
It's probably challenge or maybe she
Are you off duty?
Yeah.
You're okay.
You know,
Oh.
see, I'm smart. Is I'm off duty if I want to have discussions or long talks.
Hmm.
Is that you in the cruiser?
Yep. Where are you at? There you are. Look at how fucking smart you are, Jesus. All right. Watch this. I'm gonna here.
Do not drive through that spot. Sacred ground you're on.
Sorry about that. Dispatch 125 10-7.
Walk away from the building, even if I was on duty. That wouldn't be in the building, therefore doesn't count to the stacking.
Yeah.
All right, air it out, Flop, because you and me suffer from stigmas that we have that we just can't shake, and you have frolicking in the forest, or didn't get quota points, or wasn't attached to reports, therefore he's useless.
Yep.
Sigma.
Yep.
All right, take a seat. Air it out.
Channel
All
3.
right.
Let me sit on the Mackenzie box. You can sit on the couch.
Thank you. I'm debating if I should just go off duty for this conversation.
120, you still on freak?
I mean, you might as well, so people don't continue to say you're useless.
That's what I'm saying. Is like,
Trying to get into the
isn't it sad that I'm actually worried about having this conversation?
Yeah.
Oh man, I would rustle feathers if I called 1042 for a meeting. I'll be back in 10 minutes.
They're trying to get into the garage.
Oh, I want to do it though.
There's one in
Holy
here. He's
fuck.
taking the local PD
All right.
bike. He's currently just driving it around.
So,
Dispatch, can you call for 77s?
do you know who processed Lenny Hawk?
No.
I did. Let me give you a rundown of the entire situation.
Okay.
So my entire day was about 5 hours. People are asking for 77s. I'm actually going off duty. Hold this thought.
Go 42.
I'm going
yeah, go
42.
and come over here.
It's a known issue.
Oh, Dundee realized he was seeing things, and the door was like, he's coming back to get back to back in.
Maybe I.
I love Whippy. All right.
Lock the door, kid.
Does Flop call 42 and be a petty bitch? No, we're just gonna grab our shit and we're just gonna go.
Who's running around with rabbit ears and clown paint on? And all the EMS have like track shorts on and different color hair and take off the damn glasses.
Oh,
Take
so
a
we
look
should be
around.
sheeps, is what you're saying. We should follow everybody else.
No, that's what you're saying. You're saying
No,
everybody should
you
follow
no,
him.
you
that
said
is exactly what you just said.
That is exactly what you said,
No,
man.
that
You're
is
saying
what
that
you said.
everybody in the world where we got demons everywhere, right?
No,
Why should we
I'm
care?
not. What I'm saying is yes, we live in
wow.
we live in that world.
Wow.
This is not that world.
Oh.
And
Wow.
yes, you need to adhere to the rules of this world. That's life. You got to control what you can control. So the last thing we need to do is try and control some shit that we don't need to control. But what we do need to control is exactly what you said. Our patrol is weak. We need to do better on scene. People need to take shit seriously. Okay? Yes, absolutely. We need people to take shit seriously at the right time. Not in this damn building.
One 1042. I'll be back in about 10 minutes.
All right. Knocking you off duty at 1822.
Thank you.
No problem.
I can't wait for people to start seeing what Flop's doing. Don't worry, Flop will be back on duty. We are going on duty today, but I just think it's really funny to go off duty for this.
Still hear it? Or are we good?
No, it's good now.
What's up, Flop?
Oh, not
What's up,
much. How you guys doing?
Doing good.
You're good. I'll be back in about 10 minutes. Captain, Cornwood, Declan, Bones, we got the whole fucking party. Yeah, I just called 42 and said I'll be back in 10.
You think it's gonna be 10 minutes?
Nope, and I don't really care.
Okay. I want to say this ahead of time. I'm going through personal growth with myself and trying to do better and be better. I've received some guidance from a
Mackenzie Hayes.
I was gonna say a lost friend because yeah, I've received some guidance, but right now
Was I
I'm
right
going
about
to put
Mackenzie
that
Hayes though?
Yes.
Just like you were right about my punishment. That's crazy. Okay, we're on the same page though. That's good.
Yes, but she left me some guidance, and I'm trying to apply it and learn it and be good and do better, support others. But I'm gonna put that aside for this conversation. I'm gonna say some harsh shit, but I think you'll agree. But
Oh, good.
Please tell me.
Please.
Go on.
So I'm gonna tell you right. So do you want me to give you my whole day that happened with Lenny?
Yeah, give me your whole day.
All right. Are you whispering? Should I whisper down here, or do you think I'll be okay?
I'm gonna whisper. You should whisper too.
You can hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. Let me give you the rundown of the entire day. So I got on duty. Roughly 10 minutes later, I'm in a car, and Fred approached me and was like, "Hey, I've been waiting hours for someone to help me with some FOIAs." I said, "Okay, I could do that. I could work that. Right? No big deal." So I was starting my day off. I said I'd rather start off slow, kind of do my thing. So I helped out Pred with about 30 FOIAs. I asked for Decker to help me with it if he was available. So Decker came to help me with it because it was a lot of FOIAs. And the 78s went off. Now, mind you, at this point, what, 15 minutes on duty? Still kind of waking up. Said, you know what? If this is the one call I miss, it's the one call I miss. So I continue helping Pred go through. Once we wrapped up, I got on radio. I said, "Hey, sorry, assisting FOIAs," which is probably where I went wrong, was just being honest with what the fuck I was doing. I said, myself and Decker are 76 to the hospital to lock it down. Go to the hospital, lock it down, clear everything. Now we're helping out with the call. We're helping out with the scene. While doing that, a scout was stolen. Turned out it was Lenny's scout. We find out about that later. We don't know at the time whose scout it is, but hey, whose scout is it? Don't know. Okay. Hey, Decker, Flop, can you guys go try and go to Mosley's and see who the hell it was? Sure. We go to Mosley's. Is Red 911ing? Contacted Red. Hey, which way did they go? They went southeast. I said, perfect. We'll go toward the docks. So we start code 6 in the docks. At this point, Lenny is helped up from the 78's call. He gets on radio. He starts berating the PD. How fucking bullshit and stupid and fucking incompetent. Everything under the sun you could possibly imagine a man getting mad at, and his fucking turbo being stolen. And how that's the end of the world. Which, by the way, I'm going to let you know something right now. The people in the PD that are passionate about turbos getting stolen, respectfully speaking, do not understand the fucking value. I am going to stand on the grave of that and say, if you get your turbo stolen, boo fucking who, that's on you. But that being the priority problem is ridiculous to me. I don't care. So anyway, Lenny starts going off on radio. Slacks respectfully asked him to 10-3 multiple times. At this point, Lenny had been berating Slacks for about a full minute on radio, and Slacks said, shut the fuck up, get off duty. You're done. And Lenny was like, what are you gonna do about it? Blah, 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 right? Heated, whatever. 30 seconds later, 13 Alpha Slacks. EMS get on radio. Holy shit, Lenny just shot Slacks. So we respond from the docks back up. By the time we got up there, we found out that also Kit was also shot by Lenny and incapacitated. Now there's 4 cops in the ICU now. There's Slacks, there's Kit, there's Maple, and I think there's Bay, if I remember correctly. Out of the 4 people in the ICU, 5 were on their feet. Me, Barrick, Decker, Bell, and Declan. Me and Decker were instructed by Barrick, you do not leave Lenny's sight. You were to keep and hold and take Lenny through and fucking through. A-firm. So me and Decker were preoccupied. Barrick handled both the scenes from Kit and Declan on his own, right? And Bell, because word travels around fast, and I'm assuming he did it in front of other people, because that's the way that kind of word gets around at a fucking hospital, that, you know, Lenny did this, everybody was at the hospital. So Belle was doing complete scene control on her own. Where Lenny was shot was across the street on Crusade Road. And Declan comes walking up with a cowboy hat on, takes it off, no gun in hand, just standing next to Lenny the whole time. EMS get on scene. They bring him over, right? We tell them side room, so be it. Declan walks into the room, walks out of the room, walks into the room, and stands over Lenny's bed while doctors are working on him. And all Declan can talk about is how incompetent I was, how incompetent we were, how incompetent the PD is, and, you know, oh, hey, Flop, it's a good thing that, you know, whatever the fuck he said, you know, talking about, you know, oh, it's a good thing that you have your gun out now. Good to see that you're on your toes. You know, couldn't do that 5 minutes prior, could you? And I'm like, hey, Declan, there's a time and place for this. This is not the time and place for this. Let's focus on this. So he's doing his thing. He walks out. Lenny's now back on his feet. I forget if Declan was in or out of the room at this point. What I do know is that he followed us down to the side door where we were loading up our shit. When we brought Lenny downstairs and I got him into the back of my cruiser, Declan gets on radio. Again, no gun, no nothing. Gets on radio and goes, hey, I'm going to impound this bike. I'd hate for it to get stolen. So I ignored it. Too much was going on. Took Lenny down to the cells. Barrick is still documenting 2 scenes at Crusade. Bell is still crowd controlling everybody. Decker is now getting an attorney for Lenny. He's out of the room. And now I'm in the cells with just me and Lenny. Then Declan walks in. Now, mind you, Duncan, I had my gun out. And Declan looked at me and he said, why do you have your gun out? I said, excuse me? He said, why do you have your gun out? I said, Declan, respectfully speaking, you have not operated professionally during this entire situation and have not treated yourself as an officer this entire situation. He got mad. He goes 1042, calls me incompetent, and then I'm a fucking paper pusher, and then I should spend more time out of the PD than inside. Whatever he said, just berated me. And he told me to go fuck myself, which, whatever. Process done, said, over with. What command got out of that was the FOIA was a big problem. They were also incredibly upset with the fact that I had my gun out to begin with. And the point that I made to command was that, how was I supposed to react? And I told the command member I spoke to, I said, let's just fucking pretend in a perfect world. Let's say I was right about my judgment. And let's say Declan tried to do some shit to save his friend. Right? Let's just say he did something. Barrick, Bell, and Decker would have not been able to assist me and would have not been able to help me. And I did what I felt was right based on my judgment of how Declan was carrying himself during that situation. And command had a lot of questions about the gun thing. They also had a lot of questions about the FOIA thing. I said, you know what, Bones? I said, I take ownership of the FOIA thing. Should I have been on duty? No, but the moral of the story is I will no longer be on duty until I am ready to go out on patrol. Because that's ridiculous. Was not 41. I was on duty 10 minutes. if you were to, and just so you know, Duncan, if they were to get me every time I was 41 and unable to respond because I just got on duty, I should have been fired 3 months ago. So they were upset about that. They were upset about the fact that I didn't send Decker back out with the FOIA thing, and I made the point that I didn't think that that was my responsibility. He was not ordered to come help me. I asked him for help. He made the judgment call and I want to go out. That's on him. Whatever they want to do with him, so be it. But command believed that I should have sent Decker back out. I'm like, I don't agree. I don't see where you're coming from with that. I said if I had been on duty for an hour and 78s went off, yeah, that would have been a different outcome. But I was not 41. And I was on duty for no time. And the Declan situation, Duncan, I would do it again. If any officer in an OIS, which by the way, again, was the worst day I've ever experienced as an LEO, in terms of everything, you know, I don't care if I'm supposed to trust my own. I just watched one of my own shoot our captain and shoot another fellow senior. How the fuck am I supposed to feel in that situation? So yeah, I would do it all over again. And between you and I, Duncan, I told command that I was willing to revoke my senior status because I'm miserable and I don't think that this PD deserves me. I still haven't been punished yet, but apparently they're talking about demotion for me.
I'm sure they'll get back to you in a week or two. Or a
Yeah,
month.
they'll get back to me in 1 to 2 weeks.
Yeah, I really got to talk about it in a circle and then not do anything about it. Say, oh, you know what? It's probably going to be, yeah, we all agree on this. We want to push it. Yeah. Okay, we'll do it tomorrow. And then tomorrow comes and they're like, oh shit. 24 hours have passed. My brain cannot handle thinking about anything past 24 hours.
Yep. You know what? You spoke to Flop. I trust your judgment. You go ahead and do that.
I had a civilian, in a roundabout way, kind of admit to a crime to me that is way past statute of limitations. And they were concerned that the arresting officer, the officer who was investigating the case, was so full sure that it was them, but they never did anything. They never took them in for questioning. They never, put out a bolo to question them. They never even did anything past the 24 hours of the initial incident. I said,
Tara, what's going on? How you doing? Take my monies.
I need names or I
appreciate
can't
you.
fix
Thank
anything.
you.
And they said, nope. But anyway, yeah, what I've realized with this PD is
Tara,
that
you're tuning in and Flop venting about
if it's
the
not
Lenny,
done immediately,
the day of Lenny.
in that day, it's not going to be done. I'll tell you what I did today. You know Pat Downing, Officer Pat Downing?
Yeah.
I've seen him the past few days in shift 2, constantly queuing up, constantly coming in, trying to get a ride along with an FTO. Not getting any FTOs, getting officer ride-alongs because the FTOs don't do FTOing. They just pass off. I honestly, it's crazy. I see FTOs pass off more people to officers to ride with them than to actually do it themselves. But
I'm back working. It's all good. It is all good. I appreciate the hell out of
I went to Bones and I said, hey, this guy, is absolutely nothing wrong with him. I'm putting up a PPO vote. And I said, can we promote him? He said, let's wait till this meeting. I wait till this meeting. They get distracted with Dundee bullshit. They do not have the meeting. I'm saying this guy is essentially like 2 hours past what he would normally be awake doing. I'm gonna promote him.
You know what I forgot to tell Duncan?
I said, all right. I went to everybody and said, hey,
I forgot to tell him about
PPO
Duncan
now.
or Declan loading a magazine.
I said I was done wasting other people's time, waiting for other people to get things moving.
Oh boy.
Because We have an opportunity right now, an opportune moment to get good officers on the street, but we're just so slow with the process. We end up rushing people who don't need to be rushed, and we end up going slow on the people who do need to be rushed through. There's nothing wrong with Pat. He's perfect.
Yeah,
Thankfully,
I had to. Do you know Liam McMahon?
yeah, I do.
Yeah, he was a cadet for about 2 weeks who was supposed to be fast tracked, and I finally stepped up and I'm like, yo, like, what the fuck we doing with this guy? This man was fast tracked and he's waiting longer than most of our cadets right now who are getting pushed to PPO. So I made the push to speak up for him, but we see a lot of that right now, Duncan, and it sucks because there's a lot going on. I don't feel comfortable getting Declan in trouble because he would just make the claim that I'm, magnifying him because of our
I'm going to make this
altercation,
worse for you.
but
I'm going to tell you this right now. Not only will he not get in trouble because everything he does seems to be looked at by command, high command, and everyone else as, oh, it's just Declan shit. I give up. Who cares? But he said something very concerning to me, and I know it's true. And the unfortunate thing is, Flop, is it's going to test everyone's mental. Much like Gregory Johnson, much like Denzel, and much like Cornwood, Lenny will get an expungement, and he will be rehired. And anyone who seems to have an issue with that, or says, I can't work with this guy because he shot at our own people and because he was frustrated and I cannot trust him to not do it again, will be looked at as, oh, that's happened in the past. We love second chances here.
well, I hate to say it, as much as I like Johnson, I personally didn't see him getting a second chance. And the problem is that we open up the door to second chances, and I hate to say it, I'm of the mindset that Lenny will never get rehired, but I would be lying to you if I didn't say that it would not surprise me if they gave that man a second chance. And honestly, I think it would be more detrimental to the entire police department and the trust that we have with one another if Lenny actually got his job back.
And I'm going to be blunt. I'm going to keep it honest with you, Flop. If you stand up and go, why are we doing this? I don't think I can trust working with him. And maybe even you yourself are like, I've lost faith in this police department. I'm leaving. 2 people will take your place.
That's what I tell people all the time. When I told command that I would rather be revoked at my senior because you'd be doing me a fucking favor, I said, you might as well put someone else in the place who's compliant with your vision, because apparently I'm not the person that you see within your vision.
Vision changes every week.
Yeah. It's just, it's amazing to me. I try and justify my actions with reasoning. And I forgot to tell you something. Do you know why I kept my gun out?
Why?
Because, and I cannot believe I missed this, because this is the most important, piece of the whole story. While we were at the hospital, Lenny was receiving medical, and Declan was berating the PD and me as an officer and how it's a damn shame that whatever. This man was loading a magazine into his gun, loading a magazine and then loading the magazine into his gun, as if it was some kind of a fucking weird ploy to make a point. And whether it was threatening or not, the message was sent. But it's amazing because I told command, I said, if my last hoorah as a fucking senior is to say Declan needs a full-fledged investigation, then make that my final fucking say and rip my fucking stripe. I'm not... Duncan, at one point I was attached to this stripe. At one point I was attached to this job. At one point I was attached to this building. And I tell people something that I have told you in the past, and I'll remind it again. More specifically, if this police department has anything consistent, it is an oath. Above all, the oath does not change. And the problem is that the oath is to protect and serve. And part of that oath is to protect and serve under a set of standard operating procedures that we all have to follow. But the problem is that when one person does something that goes against the oath, it reflects the whole police department. And I've made it my fucking due diligence, honor, and promise that I don't give a flying fuck who is the problem, where the problem is, and why it's happening. I will tell people through and through in front of any level of command, look at me as Flop. Do not look at me as someone who reflects the rest of the police department. I am my own fucking person. And if one person does wrong, they have every right for you to call them wrong. But do not for a second look at me and start calling me wrong. And it's no, Duncan, it's no surprise when people see me, they're like, oh my God, Flop, hey. It's no shock I pull up to gang territory and people are like, oh, hey, Flop, what's going on? How you doing? That's not a special thing. I didn't buy that. I earned that. And yeah, I will give myself self-pride for that. Because the reality is that people do not treat people with respect. I don't like what gangs do. You don't like what gangs do, and no one in the PD likes what gangs do. But it's the way that you approach the situation. I don't need to agree with what a gang is doing, but they need to understand and respect that, hey, I have a job to do, and if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it. And understand that I respect that you also have a job to do that I don't have to agree with, but I have to respect that you're going to do it regardless. So there's no reason to form the bad blood if we don't have to. But the problem is that people reflect that with the rest of the PD. And to be honest with you, Duncan, I don't really care where this PD goes. I don't really care what happens to this building. I will get off duty, drive to Polito, and rest my head on my pillow, sleeping very cozy at night, knowing that I made a difference. Because at some point, people need to realize that compliance gets you nowhere. And what Lenny did is unfortunately going to reflect this entire police department. And that's never going to change. In a year from now, you're going to hear people talk about this. I'm kind of venting, but I'm also putting my fucking foot down. If they want to take my rank, I won't shed a single tear. If they want to push me to the wayside, won't shed a single tear. I'm actually, Duncan, more in line right now with moving my shift exclusively to shift 3 and leaving shift 2 completely in the dust. I don't care anymore. Give people their second chances. Give people what they want. I don't care. If you go, and next time you're on duty, Duncan, go look at my reports. I only do traffic citations now. I don't spend any time in the building, and if anyone has a problem with that, I'm going to delegate it to someone else.
Yeah, I will say this, right? There's a lot of people who are very quick to jump to conclusions about each other, to get really mad. Like, for example, like me saying that you were probably on the roof because I know you, right?
Yeah.
I can tell you right now, you're probably not on duty when all this stuff happened. You probably came on duty after it, and they only looked at the blips afterwards to see that you were around, and they were like, well, why wasn't he there? Because I've had that happen to me. Also, where were you? And I was like, not here.
Yeah, I wasn't here.
I was there. 41.
I was there for the start of the 13 alphas, but I don't think I was there for the initial call. I don't even think I was on duty long enough for the initial call.
If you go on duty and you say over the radio that you're 41 and they're on channel 2, they didn't hear you go 41. If you were at 301, they didn't read it because they don't read 301s.
Mm-hmm.
If you mark yourself on your unit card on dispatch 10-7, start of shift, getting armored up, whatever, just write as much detail as possible into your unit card. They didn't see it because all I did was go, let me look at the map.
Yep, let me look at the map. Oh, where's Duncan? Where's
Flop?
Flop?
Blip set. 8 blips at MRPD. That's crazy. People are cop stacking again.
Yep. It's easier to group everybody, but... And I've made this point, and I actually had a command member in my shift say this about me. I said that I'm not a full-fledged patrol cop, and I think, Duncan, you know that. And I don't think you're a full-fledged patrol cop either. I think that people have qualities way more valuable in an office than they do in the field. And I think that it is a fucking fairy tale to believe that every single person needs to be a full-on patrol cop. There are things that need to happen behind the scenes that does not involve a full-on patrol
No, you need
cop.
to be everything. I've heard this before many times. You need to be everything. You need to be all those things. But you know, if you're only good at patrol stuff, I mean, I guess that counts.
Yeah. Yep.
But goddamn, if your priority isn't patrol, well,
go fuck myself.
Yeah, and people are going to be very in for a rude awakening or a shock when people realize that well, yeah, they're good at patrol. Actually, here's the other thing too about patrol as well. People have object permanence when it comes to people, and it's something I've noticed. If you are not
This is a good conversation.
the secondary or tertiary unit, you don't exist to that scene lead. They'll continue to call 77s.
Oh,
they
yeah.
want parallel, but they don't want parallel. They want people to be at all exits with spikes ready, but no one in those positions. I saw this with the Dundee shit. We were told have someone at spikes in every position, but Bill kept conga lining. Like no one wants to be the unit that's going to be sitting on like Palomino with spikes ready. Ideally, in an ideal world, all the units that were attached to parallel for that massive warrant hunt, there was 3 in the rain chase, and everyone else was getting ready with spikes at coordinating which place they were going to stand.
Yeah. I mean, Duncan, I don't know how to say this, but I will say, and this is actually a problem that I've spoken up about numerous times to many people, and I've called people and told them this. We need to, just in general, we need to step up. If we're on a call, I don't care if you don't want to document the car because you don't feel like it. I get it. Some things we don't want to do in the field. Document the fucking car. Just get on, before anyone has to say anything, just get on radio. Hey, I'll take care of evidence. Hey, I'll take care of document, you know, the car. I'll take a 95, whatever it is. Sometimes we just need people to step up, and if not, we have to assign people, and that's the reality.
Here's the other thing too, right? We want to do all this hold accountable and keep things going, right? And track this, track that, right? Whatever. But we'll give people senior rank or sergeant rank, and if they're not out taking over scenes, then you know they're useless. But at the same time, if they're just letting people, you know, they're just letting Declan twat out crazy shit, and they're with him in the car, or they're right next to him, or they see it in a meeting and they don't say anything, then why do they have that rank? Oh, because they're good at taking over scenes and leading it when shit goes bad. One-dimensional PD.
That's all it is. Unfortunately, it is very one-dimensional.
We want officers to be everything. We want them to be scene leads. We want them to be good at documentation. We want them to be good at processing people. We want them to be good at investigating things. But we want that. But also, you know, if you're not useful to me, then get the fuck off duty and go be useless somewhere else.
Well, if you read that 77, 78 thing, it's you know, it literally says, you know, hey, if you're not going to respond to calls, just get off duty. And I told the command that I spoke to, I said, the moral of the story is I will no longer be 41 until I'm ready to get in a car. And they told me that I'm seeing it the wrong way. I said, yeah, I might be, but that's the way that it's being expressed. If I can't be in the building for 2 minutes and that's a problem, then yeah, now we're dealing with a fucking problem. And the only way you avoid the problem is to do what I'm doing right now and having a fucking conversation with you off duty.
Off duty.
Because I am afraid of repercussion for doing my job. As a senior, taking complaints and concerns from people and addressing them and bringing them up the chain as needed, I am afraid to do that because I didn't respond to a 77 request for